Imagine a quiet and a peaceful place where people are doing their homeworks and a group of students are discussing with each other while flipping through their books, pages by pages. This place is none other than a library, a heaven of knowledge. But people are moving away from going to the library and starting to use Google, thanks to its accessibility throughout the whole world, even in Moldova, Europa poorest country. So people can get almost everything from Google. In October 2019, Google Books provides a number of scanned books, more than 40 million titles. Mrs. Farrah Watson, a librarian from the University of Waikota, said that students are overloaded with information but very unsure how to use the library. Although that women have achieved better access to knowledge, this habit of relying on Google will eventually get out of hand and surely will bring the doom of practice going to the library. In other words, Google is killing library. Google is very convenient to people who seek information because Google has 21 large data centers to find information. There are many free articles but also lots of inaccessible information without subscription, and it costs some fortune to read this information. Publishers such as sagejournals.com, elsevier.com, alexisandfans.com, and etc. require users to agree with contract of subscription for a certain period with mentioned amount of payment in order to access this information needed. But not every person is actually very fortunate to ever access this publication, especially when the price and the contract term provides to be less desirable and not worth the usage of the person. But this access to information can be found in library. In library, every section is accessible and there is no restraint to gain information and knowledge, except if the book is not available at the time. Even this problem can be overcome by many libraries because nowadays, libraries can loan to other libraries for materials. For example, IIUM Dar Al-Hikmah Library offer interlibrary loan ILL service for any request. Therefore, you need a library to get access for more free information. But an associate director for IT and production at Ann Arbor District Library, Mr. Eli Nyberger, said that libraries would have to learn more than just books to survive. What Mr. Eli Nyberger was saying is that people who grew up with libraries are going to question the need of library once their books are going to digital. And that library, which was defined as a pass-through for commercially produced content, is irrelevant today. When speaking of commercially produced content, we can all agree that journal articles are well included in Google. But according to Mr. Eli, the library will always circulate the collection that you can't get anywhere else, even on internet. Some library provided a red spot for this collection, such as original manuscript, because it costs an arm and leg. For example, the biography of Professor Ahmad Ibrahim is one of the high valuable materials circulated in IIUM library, and the content is nowhere can be found on internet. So, library is very important to share the extensive collections of materials. While I argue that Google is killing the library, it doesn't mean that I against modernization. In fact, I believe that library should also evolve to continue its relevancy. Library is one of the places that has been prioritized with technology when there is any development in teaching and learning mechanism. However, it is not enough just to insert basic technologies because the interest of students will also come from innovations. Library should be a trendsetter in digital use and implement innovative along with educating the public on how to use them. Augmented reality, artificial intelligence, blockchain technology, 3D printers, robots, drones, and mobile apps such as QR codes on books can be used in libraries. One example of how library can utilize a modern technology is when Sol US, a British company, offers their augmented reality app, Mythical Maze, for libraries and use it in summer reading challenges all over the United Kingdom to help children improve their reading during summers. Now think about a library once looks empty and dull, only filled by librarians and reading materials, changed to modernized library, which full of innovative technology and gives the futuristic experience. You can imagine the library's users entering the library and got recommended by an AI voice for the choice of book to read based on their patterns. Students get to use the augmented reality gadget to learn a certain topic and experience on how to use a 3D printers. Librarians also have their assistance from robots and drones to accommodate the users by reshelving and finding reading materials in the library. Also, the library will be equipped with blockchain technology that improves the metadata system of the libraries, so they get to keep the tracks on materials, connecting libraries, and also providing skill sharing programs for the users, especially for students. By assimilating technologies at library, you get to experience the use of modern innovation and at the same time, keeping the library alive and convenient for the book readers. To make this happen, this does not start from the effort of the librarians themselves. You need to give hands and to donate to the libraries so they can buy and have the innovations in their disposal. Working together with your libraries to get sponsorships, small business, and crowdfunding are the best ways to gain attention and monetary support from the public in order to have this innovation at your local libraries. You need to also erase the mindset that libraries should always remain a quiet place, which only then the library users can read materials in peace. It is a false concept that learning and reading is always associated with quiet and dull, because interactive and kinesthetic way of learning by interacting with technology is also a genuine method of understanding knowledge. You have to work together with your local library to amend this perception amongst the public so that the library will be more acceptable to become an interactive place. Whether you make a social media awareness or pamphlets distribution in front of the library to the public. This won't change and won't happen if you do not start it. So the ball is in your court. I urge you to start now, then you will preserve your local libraries and keep it relevancy. Thank you.